Hi, my name is Ron Wilstein, and I'm a broker at Keller Williams Luxury Properties Worldwide here in Park City. Today we're going to look at the topic of how to expose your property to more buyers. And of course, I'm assuming that you're a property owner who is looking at selling their home or their condominium or their vacant land. And you want to make sure that all the possible buyers who would be candidates for your property know about it, so that you increase your probability of not only selling your property, but for selling it for a higher price and possibly faster than if you had traditional or slower methods of exposing your property to the marketplace. This issue of a lack of exposure is a serious one because you could have a hot property that is actually in high demand, but if you don't get the exposure out there, then buyers are not going to know that it's available and they're not going to step up and buy it. Now, what the average agent does is they typically put a listing onto the multiple listing service. They put a for sale sign into a yard, and if they have their own website, they put the property on their website. It's just not enough today. You've got to be out to where the buyers are. To sell a property today, you have to go out to where buyers are looking. A passive waiting approach doesn't work, and it's not in the best interest of a seller. Our approach is different. We expand upon the tried and true approaches used to sell real estate by taking them to the next level. And then what we do is we add on to that proven marketing strategies to get the results that you're after. For instance, what the average agent does is he or she will put your listing into the multiple listing service. What do? We put it into 2 multiple listing services, which more than doubles the exposure of your property to buyers or to real estate agents and brokers working with buyers. An agent will put a for sale sign in your yard. What we do is we don't simply put a sign there, but we link it to a hotline information system where buyers can get information, details about the property instantly, right when their interest is at its highest level. If they have a website, they of course put your property onto their website. Well, we have our properties on 3 distinct websites that we've created and designed specifically to attract buyers. But let me talk about our Force Multiplier Marketing System, because this is really what makes our approach unique and different, and it's what gives us the results that we are accustomed to seeing. A force multiplier is actually a military term. It's used to describe the warfare strategy of attacking an enemy through multiple methods, carefully coordinated together to have a devastating impact. When you think in military terms, if you were a country and you were going to attack another country, if you utilize your intelligence, if you utilize your special forces, if you attack by land, attack by sea, attack by air, and combine all these different strategies together, they have a much greater impact than if you just used 1 or 2 of those strategies. Well, real estate isn't really much different. If there are multiple methods and strategies that you can use to get the results you're after, if you carefully combine them and create a force multiplier, you will have a greater impact. That's exactly what we've done. Our Force Multiplier Marketing System consists of 8 proven strategies that make up our marketing plan. And I'm not going to talk about all 8 of them here, but I will zero in on the ones that are most important when it comes to exposing your property to buyers. So let's look at it more carefully. Starting with number 1, internet marketing. The internet is important because 94% of all buyers go to the internet first to search for properties. So you got to be where those buyers are. Next, double your MOS exposure. It's important to realize that Park City has its own multiple listing service. It's critically important that your property be on that multiple listing service, and that's where a lot of agents stop. We expand further, and we put your property onto the Wasatch Front multiple listing service, which is the MOS for the Salt Lake area. So what we're doing in essence is we're throwing out a bigger net. We're trying to attract more buyers, and we do that by attracting more real estate agents and brokers to your property who are working with buyers. Thirdly, we have 24-hour instant property information. Buyers want property information when they want it, and they don't want to wait for an agent to get back to them. They get frustrated by that experience. Buyers want property information 24/7 without having to speak with a salesperson, because after all, who wants to talk to a salesperson? So what we utilize is, whether we use our signs, whether we use our property brochures, our direct mailing through postcards, our newsletter, All these different methods that we use are designed to send out information out to buyers who they can look at it at their leisure, whether it's at home, whether it's on vacation, and then get information about your property right when they want to get it. We also send this information directly out to smartphones. This is very powerful today because the smartphone is so often used in the search for properties. People will inquire about a listing that we have and they'll get information right on their smartphone. They'll see a YouTube video, they'll see pictures, they'll get all the details, they'll have a map, they'll have directions that will take them right to the property. They can even make an appointment right from their smartphone without even talking to an agent. So it's important to get that information out to the buyers really right when their interest is at its highest point so that they can contact us and we can sell that property. The fourth element I want to talk about is our Park City newsletters. We send these out quarterly and we provide a lot of information to both buyers and sellers. By doing so, we cause sellers and buyers to be more comfortable with the experience. If buyers are a little bit reluctant because of market conditions to move forward, we will have articles in there that discuss the market condition and how to move forward. And this helps get people basically off the mark if they're a little bit reluctant and hesitant. Then we come to our buyer specialists, and these guys are a really important part of our team. We have 3 buyer consultative specialists. We have Jeremy Wilstein, who happens to be my son, Ed Knapp, and Dean DeLeon. These guys know the Park City and Deer Valley market backwards and forwards. They can provide a buyer with good advice so that they don't feel like they're being sold, but that they're being advised through the process so that they're comfortable proceeding, and they help sell our listed properties. Whenever anybody inquires about our properties, it's going to be Jeremy or Ed or Dean who are going to follow up, provide them with insight and information about the property, get them into the property if they are indeed here in Park City, or get them information if they're away so that they can move forward and hopefully buy your property. Next, we have our real estate webinars, and of course you're watching one of them right now with this presentation. We present webinars on a variety of subjects. We have our Park City Market Talk webinar, which is our monthly update. Buyers and sellers watch them and they get an update on exactly where the market is going, what's happening in terms of number of sales, what's happening in terms of prices. We also have instructional webinars. We have this one, How to Price Your Property to Sell. We have specific ones for buyers, helping them through the process. And this is where they learn to have confidence in engaging in considering buying a property, and frankly confidence in our agents. And while our agents can't control the decisions that a buyer makes in terms of which property, they're well informed about our listings, and of course try to sell those first if it's the right match for their clients. Next, we come to item number 8, 3 buyer search websites. And this is important because buyers search differently. We have 3 distinctive websites that look and perform differently, and buyers tend to gravitate toward one or the other or to the third one. BuyParkCity.com, ViewParkCityHomes.com, and ViewParkCityRealEstate.com. These websites can obviously be displayed on either computers or on tablets or on smartphones, but they provide very useful information to buyers who are out in the field driving around neighborhoods, want information about the properties. And they all work a little bit differently. Our ViewParkCityHomes.com is more basic. It provides the search information. People can search and see properties, and they don't have to learn about anything else if they're not interested in anything else. View Park City Real Estate will talk about the market and have a lot of statistics specific to Park City, and BuyParkCityNow.com provides a lot of neighborhood information. So they're all very different and they're worth checking out. The point is, by having 3 choices, we attract more buyers. Now, I didn't cover the Force Multiplier Marketing System in great detail, but if you are interested in it, you can go to thewilsteinteam.com/Force Multiplier or wilsteinteam.com/FMMS, and that will take you to a webinar specifically on the Force Multiplier, which will develop all 8 of the elements and talk about them in greater detail than I've done so on this webinar. So does all this stuff work, or is this just a lot of flash? Well, it actually works very well. Last year, the average Park City agent sold one property every 91 days, so over the course of a year, they sold 4 properties. Our team sold 43 properties. We sold one property every 8 days on average, or to put it another way, for every one property that the average agent sold, we sold 11. So does it work? It works really, really well. If you'd like more information about our Force Multiplier Marketing System and our overall approach, and just good advice if you're a seller considering buying or rather selling a property, email me at ron@thewilsteinteam.com. I'll send you our magazine, Smart Seller, and it will give you an update on the market. It will provide you with very helpful information, things that sellers are typically interested in before they list their property. So contact me, I'll get one of those out to you. I just want to wrap up by showing you real quickly how you can receive automatic notifications whenever a property comes on the market that may be in your neighborhood or in your condominium project. You know, a person doesn't need to be thinking about putting their property on the market to be interested in seeing what's happening in the marketplace. Of course, if you are thinking about putting on the market, then all the more reason you'd want to do this. So I'm just going to take you to our main website, which is BuyParkCity.com. This is the home page here, and it's a very helpful site, has good information. You can search for properties easily, has our webinars displayed there. And what you'll want to do is, if you want to search for a particular location, you can simply go to this location bar, and let's say your home is in Park Meadows. I'm just going to type in Park Meadows, and I'm not going to put in price criteria, bedrooms or bathrooms, but I easily could. You click on the search button, and instantly you've got your properties here, and you can scroll down here. They're in price order, and you can rearrange that, and you can go to any one of these properties, click on it, and it will take you to the property. It will provide you with lots of information, and so that's how you can see what's on the market in your particular neighborhood. Now, one of the things that you can do is, so that you don't automatically have to search for properties, you can actually have the website send them to you automatically. I'm not going to call you, none of our team members are going to call you. It just sends good information out to you at the pace that you want. And what you would do is you would sign up if you're not already signed up. If you are signed up, you simply log in, and the way you do that is you put in your email address and you click sign in, and that will take you to the website where you will have your own dashboard where you can put your favorites here. Just click on it real quickly. You can set up searches in here with any criteria you want, any frequency of receiving that you want, and the information will simply come to you by email, and you can delete it if you want, or you can look at it if you want. But it's a great way to just be kept up on your neighborhood, and you can set it up by subdivisions or condominium properties, and you can do it by size or price range or what have you. Just a great way to be kept informed about the marketplace. Now, if you are thinking about selling your property, I would like to chat with you. And one of the best things you can do is get a free property value assessment. You can send me an email at WilsteinTeam.com/property value, or let me just go back to our website. If you're at our main website, if you go under selling and slide down here to view free property value assessment, click on that, and that will take you to a form. It takes you about 30 seconds to fill out, if that, and you just put in some information about your property, your name, and then you scroll down and you hit submit form, and that will send an email to me, and that will let me know that you would like an update on your marketplace. So it's very easy to do. You can get it any time that you want, and I want you to feel free to take advantage of that opportunity. Well, if you have any questions, please contact me by phone. My toll-free number, direct line, is 800-535-0151, or my email address, ron@thewilsteinteam.com. So I want to thank you for watching this webinar. We're available to assist you in any way that we can. Thank you very much.